My name is Charlie. 37, blonde, blue-eyed, the economics professor who still blushes when a stranger says you look nice today. I live in a quiet apartment full of books and silence. I like silence. Until this semester, I thought silence liked me back. Mike walked in on the first Tuesday of term. 19, dark hair always falling into his eyes, a smile that looked borrowed from summer. He took the seat second row, center, and never moved it. Every time I turned to the board, I felt the weight of his stare, steady, warm, impossible to lecture through. After class he lingered. Professor Charlie, your lecture on elasticity was brilliant. Then, softer, that shade of green makes your eyes look like the sea. I laughed it off, reminded him about office hours, reminded myself about rules. But the laugh felt rusty in my throat, and the rules felt far away. I drew lines. Questions about the assignment only, Mike. He nodded, eyes dancing, and crossed every line anyway. Finals loomed. I was exhausted, chalk dust in my lungs, loneliness in my bones. I booked a solo week on a tiny island no one at college had ever heard of. White sand, cheap rum, no Wi-Fi. Perfect. First night, I sat at the beach bar in a cotton dress, hair loose, guard down. A voice behind me, half laughing, half unbelievable. Professor Charlie? Mike. With 3 friends and a grin that said the universe had a sense of humor. I should have left. Instead I said, 1 drink. Just 1. 1 became 4. We talked about everything except supply curves. He told me his mother painted, his father left, he wanted to sail around the world before he was 30. I told him I hadn't been kissed in 3 years. The words slipped out like sand through fingers. We walked the shoreline barefoot. Moonlight poured over the waves. He took my hand. I let him. When he kissed me, the tide stopped. When he whispered, "Come back to my room," I heard my own yes before my brain signed the permission slip. The room smelled of salt and sunscreen. We were clumsy, urgent, laughing between kisses. For one night I wasn't 37 and tenured. I was 20 again, reckless, wanted. I fell asleep believing the island had erased the 18-year difference and the faculty handbook. Morning came with goals and guilt. Sunlight on his shoulder blades, my pulse in my throat. I opened my mouth to say this can never happen again. He beat me to it. Charlie, what if we kept it quiet? Just us? I heard myself whisper, maybe. Back on campus he became a ghost. No lingering glances, no after-class smiles. He sat in the back row, hood up, thumbs flying over his phone. Texts went unanswered. I aged 10 years in 10 days. Then I heard him. Student cafe, lunchtime noise. I was buying coffee, anonymous in sunglasses, when the bragging started. Dude, pay up. Professor Pretty Eyes? Done. 3 drinks and she was all over me. Easiest grand I ever made. Laughter, high fives, my name tossed around like a punchline. I walk out before the cup hit the saucer. The campus spun. Every lecture hall felt like a crime scene. That night I sat on my kitchen floor, wine untouched, and wrote him one message. Delete contact? Yes. Block number? Yes. Cry until my ribs hurt? Yes. Next morning I wore the green dress again, armor this time. I walked into class, clicked the slides, and spoke about opportunity cost. Mike stared at his laptop. I never looked at him. At the end of the semester he got an A. I signed the grade sheet with the same pen that once circled hearts in my lecture notes. He collected his transcript and vanished into summer. People still say I'm pretty. I still teach elasticity. But every time a student lingers after class, I hear the ocean in my ears and taste cheap rum on my tongue. I draw the line quicker now. I draw it in permanent ink. Some nights I open my balcony door and let the city noise fill the quiet. I'm 37, blonde, blue-eyed, and no one's bet. The silence and I? We're learning to like each other again.